okay. We late, but we great. And it don't matter because we're gonna let some people filter in here today to the Verse Crypto channel, baby, where we've been crushing the game, absolutely obliterating. And I see it right now. People are starting to file in. I wanted to go crazy insane just now. I was about to start spitting rap lyrics and verses, but you know what? I'm gonna just say I'm gonna swing, I'm gonna swerve, I'm gonna park and scrape the curb. Don't hate from the sidelines because you can't even get in the game, baby. That's what it's all about. We keeping the energy high. I got my boy Chris. What it do, son?
Back at it in the cut. And actually, funny story. I know we agreed on 7, but I actually moved it back to 7:30. I didn't really tell you, so sorry about that. So that was my fault. But long story short, man, it's a great day in the market. A lot of people are capitulating. Market makers playing some games, and man, dude, guess what? We got some new tools to determine how the market maker plays its game. So this is going
Let's
to be a
go.
very great live stream. And then on top of that, what do you think's cooking up in the market right now? What's all over Twitter, my man? What do you think's cooking?
Look, man, all I know is I just saw one of the most kick-ass streams of the entire year the other day. My guy, you ripped it up. It was on fire, bro. It felt like we were Mr. Beast for the day or something. I don't know. The comments, the chat was like all the TitanX. It was like green lights just like flashing in my eyes, bro. Like I couldn't see. I was trying to moderate the chat and try, but there were so many green circles illuminating the sky that I about had a seizure, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude, that stream was crazy, man. You know, we brought on Jake. We talked a little bit about TitanX and Hyper and all that. And dude, I remember when we first got into that project, so many people gave us crap on Twitter. So many people attacked us on YouTube. We did these live streams. We talked about how to play the system, what our strategy was. We went through, executed, got a moon bag, and just chilled and just let it play out. And then now it's coming back to life. And the same people that were talking all that trash are silent because their main tickers and their main projects are in the dumpster and everybody's capitulating, man. So it's crazy,
Hey,
man. Go ahead.
that's why I say don't hate from the sidelines when you can't get in. This is a testimony to what hard work, dedication, and showing up when nobody else wants to show up will do for you and your life. The universe and God, I believe, have a strange way of making a space for those that show up every day, regardless of the situation. And that's what we did here. You guys show up every week, so we know you're on the same track. I'm amped to talk about these protocols that are popping off because I know they're putting money in your pockets because you're the best listeners on the planet.
Yeah, man. And look, I think you made a great point, but also you're undermining what we did because when we got onto Pulse Chain, we found PDI and Atropa. Then we found PTGC. Then we went from PTGC over to TitanX, and then from TitanX went to Base, went to Solana, went to Scroll. And we also went to Ethereum. And every time we did this rotation, we got paid. We're not married to our bags. We're married to greatness. And that's what we're
Yes,
looking at. And there's a lot of people over here trying to be Captain Save a 304. And if you guys know that term, you know what I'm saying. And
you know,
look,
you know.
I see a lot of people in crypto, man. They're trying to be Mr. Save a 304. We're not about that, man. We're not going to get married, bro. We run this thing, and that's how we do it. So let's talk a little bit about TitanX. You ready to run it, my man?
Oh man, kick it off.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm going to pop up the chart and let's go back to our last conversation about what was going on with TitanX. And I'll give you guys a recap of what I said and what we predicted because we're not the type of people to sit here and say we're always right about everything. We're the type of people to look at what we did in the past, analyze why we made that decision, and determine why it was a mistake, and then move forward. Because if you can analyze your past mistakes, then there's a good chance that you'll never repeat them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here's what happened on TitanX. when we identified this, it must have been 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. We were just like, all right, something's going on with hyper, which we'll look at in a second. And then when we get to day 280 right here, we were predicting that we might have this nice little smooth transition and coming up. Well, looks like the market said otherwise, man. It came down to 280. Boom, green candle, red. Boom, green candle. And now we've got an Adam and Eve coming out here. Or if you guys want to be really, really ambitious traders, you can also make a case for this just being a massive head and shoulders. But ultimately, this is an extremely bullish chart. If I were to trade this chart, what this is saying is there's a good chance that this chart could potentially rip, not financial advice. So overall, man, I think we were 100% wrong on our prediction. It's clearly evident. And it seems like when day 280 happened, so many people were bullish on the protocol. They collected their bags, and the big believers came in and into the project. And so that means that period of downtime was the ultimate clean out. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, look, bro, the thing is in my opinion, this is the best way to be wrong, especially if you're not just speculating at this point and you got in where we showed you there on the TitanX bottom back there. So, I mean, I think that it stinks, that we're wrong, but also on the flip side, it's also pretty exciting to be wrong on that same token. So I think maybe a lot of guys aren't too upset that we were wrong. But yeah, like Chris said, we're here to, to look at this and backtrack as we go. But I like this chart. I think it's great. I don't think I'm the only one either. We've got the dude at Helios. He loves this chart with all the milestones. It paints such a great picture. And then we got Rainman in here. He's giving you a new nickname. It's
Picasso.
Picasso. He's always
Picasso
painting
Chris.
pictures and drawing stuff, dude. With a little pen. It's pretty good stuff, man. So yeah, I'm glad that we at least said something about it. And we can't be right all the time.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, like I said, man, I'm glad we identified it and we just keep it moving, dude. So, love it. So, now let's just do a little TA, and I want to make something crystal clear when it comes to doing TA on a chart. A lot of this is going to be based off of a buy and burn. So, and there's also a ton of liquidity pool. So, it's basically like doing a Tropa and PDI and Pulse Chain times 20, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of moving parts here. So based on what the chart's saying right now, we have a bottom, a second bottom, and a third bottom. So that's confirmation that this is the TitanX bottom, is what I'm seeing. And we're coming up right now. And just on the daily, I can already tell this is turning into a nice little bull flag coming down. So what this is indicating is we're coming up. We came up. We tested this magnet at 6 zeros and a 4.9, and now we're coming down. We're trading in between 6 zeros and a 3.2, and it's just going to trade sideways right in this channel. So what I think is probably going to happen is this is going to be an air opportunity where it just comes in and trades sideways. Now, the one thing I want to point out here is next month, right around the 15th to 16th, we have the second highest TitanX claim. So we're going to have more TitanX hit the market that day. So what most likely will happen is we'll trade sideways because miners are coming in, and then we hit right here. And then this is going to be another inflection point. Based off of our past history with TitanX, I don't suspect us to have a crazy price drop because it seems like the people in the project protocol are believers. And then right after day 15, we have September 19th, the Hyper Vortex releases, and we're going to see a lot of TitanX get bought and then being used to burn Hyper. And that's going to be the key to all this situation. So I think the point I'm trying to say is you got this channel right here, area of opportunity. And then if we were to bounce the upside, our first target, without a doubt, is going to be 6 zeros and 8. So that's about I want to say that's a 2x. Yeah, about 2x. So a 2x up. So once we get to that level, our next target will probably most likely it's going to be somewhere right about here. 5 zeros and a 1 0. So what's that, like a 5x or a 10x? Oh, okay. So that's a 2x. Okay. So cool. All right, yeah, man. So overall, man, TitanX chart looks beautiful. We just need to get to this second day right here, and then that's when we're going to start to see the reduction in the amount of inflation coming on. So, cool. Any last thoughts before we move on to hyper?
So we're just getting basically we're getting another day 280 like event coming up very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be like the McDonald's version of day 280, so it's not going to be that
Cool.
bad.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
all right, we got to talk about hyper. And the reason why we need to talk about hyper is we did get one thing right. We got the curvature of this going and just chilling. So we got one thing right. So here's what happened with hyper. And we were one of the first channels, or I believe we were one of the first people to point this out. And I know Jake had a tweet about it. So this isn't an ego thing. We were just saying that when hyper miners became profitable, we came on stream and talked about this. And we're going to get a clip and post it just so you guys know we're not lying to you. And what happened is, I'm just going to go over here to the calculator. So right now, the hyper miners are sitting at about 73% ROI. Earlier, I believe earlier today it was like 114%. So this is fluctuating. Now, the reason why hyper miners profitability is extremely important is because when you submit your Ethereum into to create a hyper miner, what the Ethereum does is it goes through basically three stages. You have the buy TitanX, you have the hyper buy and burn, and then you have the vortex. So what the Ethereum does is it goes in, buys TitanX, and then it sends a certain amount of TitanX straight to the vortex. And then also a certain amount of that Ethereum goes to the vortex. It's just, I think it's like 8%. But basically, a bunch of TitanX is getting bought. And then from that buy TitanX, it goes straight to the hyper buy and burn vault, where it slowly goes in and just burns hyper off the course. Now, when the vortex triggered and sent that TitanX balance over to the hyper buy and burn, what happened was it actually created this price floor with hyper. So the bottom right here, right when the vortex started, came up and it just started doing this nice little curvature going up into the right like this. And that was because of the hyper burn. Now, what that did was it created something called like a positive flywheel, like Jake liked to say. And it brought the miners in hyper into profitability. So people started to create more miners, which actually increased the buy TitanX vault. It was absolutely brilliant. And that's part of the reason why we see TitanX doing so well is because people are trying to take profit off the hyper miners. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So you're saying that the hyper is turned into TitanX with the ETH.
Yeah, well, kind of. So basically, when you go to this calculator right here, you say, okay, if I put in 0.2 ETH, I'm going to get 73% ROI, right?
Right.
Good. And that's based off the hyper miner. So people are like, okay. So they come over here to the miner and they submit their ETH into this. Now that ETH
Goes to
first
buy
round
TitanX.
buy TitanX, and then that buy TitanX goes to straight into the hyper buy and burn where it slowly does a control. So the vortex had a bunch of TitanX and it was sent to the hyper buy and burn at the beginning. And once the miners came into profitability, more people came in and just created hyper miners. So it actually creates more Ethereum to buy TitanX.
Yeah, the vortex was basically you said like a flywheel event. So it's basically it triggered this run and people and that happened from hyper miners becoming profitable again.
Exactly.
Yes.
The reason why this thing is doing so well is because the hyper miners are in profitability. And that's the one thing I've been looking at. Shout out to Blaze, Helios, DragonX, Baby DragonX, JakeX, all the other protocols. I love every single one of you guys. We are in every single protocol on TitanX, so you guys can't say we're biased or whatever. You can't use that card. So, but the thing that's the key to understanding hyper is because the gateway entry is from Ethereum into TitanX, what that created is a new amount of economic energy entering the system, which just started to supercharge the TitanX ecosystem. And that's why TitanX is doing really, really well. So overall, man, I love what's going on with Hyper. And just looking at the price chart real quick, I'm going to put this in versus TitanX.
Man, it's awesome to know that Hyper is the catalyst for more activity right now. It just goes to show that everything was pieced together absolutely brilliantly.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I guarantee you what bought in right here was the hyper buy and burn. So I mean, technically, if you want to be like a stinge, be like, oh, you bought the bottom. That's that's 100x right there. I guarantee you that was hyper buy and burn that did that. But I'm going to do something more realistic. It's probably going to be like right around here, right? So versus TitanX, it's up about 5x. Now, if you want to be technical, you can say 100x. So this price floor is slowly gaining versus TitanX. And as we start to see the inflation reduction, I'm curious to see the ratio, because how I see with Hyper is if it appreciates quicker than TitanX, it might be a better store of value than TitanX. And in my opinion, I'm not saying, choose one protocol or the other. Just understand that any protocol used in the ecosystem benefits the ecosystem, because at the end of the day, all the money flows through TitanX. So there's no competition. The
But yeah, and it,
competition, go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. I got you after.
The competition is with the TitanX ecosystem and other like layer one blockchains, layer twos, and other ecosystems. But when you come into the TitanX ecosystem, the developers work together to create protocols that help everybody win. Because if TitanX is deflationary, then all the other protocols benefit. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Oh no, that sums up everything I was gonna say. Anyways, good job.
Okay, cool. So yeah, man, I love Hyper, and I'll give you guys a quick TA on it. And like I said, the TA on this type of stuff it's a lot different. It's basically PDI and a tropo on steroids. So there's definitely a clear magnet right here that we're trading, about 5 zeros and a 1 7. And it just seems like we have this ever expanding price floor coming up. So you can definitely tell there's a magnet right here. And then we have a magnet about right here. So what's most likely going to happen, depending on the miner profitability, it's probably going to trade in between here and then come up, test 5 zeros and 3 8, trade sideways, and then come back down. And then the next level it's going to come for is where the initial LP came up. So I think the price of it is looking pretty good. This is a massive cup and handle right here. Let me do a full screen. I'm sorry, you guys probably can't see it. So right here, it's just a massive cup and handle, which will give us a target. So this starts breaking out, yeah, man. Then we can come up here and start testing all-time highs. So overall,
I
man,
got a
very bullish
question.
chart. Go ahead.
So is the price of Hyper is that independent from the performance of the miner? So if the price of if the price of Hyper is going up, is the profitability of the miners also going to be going up, or are those independent variables?
So the value of the miner is based off the price of hyper. So what the miner
So
says,
okay, go
go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
As the price rises, the miner simply enough, the miner uh, percentage increases.
Yes, but also keep in mind after every single day, the amount of hyper each miner produces goes down. So the point I'm trying to say is if this were to 2x and the miner profitability is 70%, then the miner profitability is going to go up to about 140%, right?
Right?
So the point I'm trying to say is as the price of hyper increases, so will the profitability of these miners. But if it trades sideways, then it'll go down. So I think the point I'm trying to say is the profitability of the miner is based off of the time from when the protocol started and also the current price of hyper at the time. And one thing that we're seeing with hyper is that in the hyper buy and burn, there's about $600,000 worth of TitanX being used to buy and burn hyper right now. So the amount of hyper is going to get very, very scarce going on to the future. Actually, on top of that, here, let me bring up my x.com. Let me show you another map. Let me go over here to Mike Dean. So Mike Dean has his advanced account. I forgot what it's called.
TitanX Hub.
Yeah, TitanX Hub. So you actually shared a really great chart that I love. So this is the amount of hyper miners that were created. A bunch of them were created in March, and then from April all the way to about what's the 7th? Is that July? Yeah,
July.
July. So from April to July, not that much hyper was created. So we actually have a supply shock of hyper right now.
That's why I was asking basically is because it seems as if we're just going to continue to see the price of hyper go up right now because as miners become more profitable, people are going to want to mine more hyper and that's going to keep pushing that price up. And that's what we're seeing right here on this chart is that inflection point right there where it changed, right
Yeah.
where we're starting to see that uptick.
Right.
Interesting.
So on 713, if you have 3 months to that, so the highest miner is like 88 days. So that's close to we'll say 3 months. So that means that we're gonna if assuming they were to do max miners, that means the next big supply release that will come if they do a max miner from that date is going to be close to September, October. It's going to be in October. So from here all the way to October, hyper pro is probably going to get extremely scarce. Just think about that, dude.
Like it. I
Actually,
love it, dude. That's exactly why I wanted to go down that line of questioning. So nice explanation. I don't think I'm the only one who believes that. We got our guy the Mo. He's in here right now. And I wanted you to know this right here. He said you guys explain the shift very well. So yeah, we explain things well. That's the goal. That's the whole point here. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm supposed to be the dumb student, and Chris is the masterful teacher who will one day turn me into the master. But until we get there, you guys can join us for the ride.
yeah, man, I want you to be a Charizard one day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like level grade 10 Charizard. I don't even know what
I
a Charizard
will.
is. So I know there's a Charmander. I don't know this Pokemon stuff, but you'll be a Charizard one day.
That's okay. Good. As long as you say I will, I'm gonna make it, man.
Yeah, man. Basically what we're seeing right now is that's millions, billions. So that's like 1.5 trillion. The liquid supply is 45%. So long story short, I think also, man, I need to get Mike Dean's like advanced do analytics or whatever the hell, what TitanX Hub. I need to get this because I feel like if I get this, dude, I could go into some crazy analysis. But
I wouldn't doubt it. I really would not doubt it. Mike
yeah,
Dean, are you in the house? We need the link. Post the link. We'll find it if you don't.
uh, I'll link up with him later. But I think the main point I'm trying to say is that's 45% liquid. If I recall, dude, actually, no, I'm not gonna make that claim. But long story short, a lot of people we're gonna have a lot of this hyper come in and just burn. We have about 27%, so it's looking pretty good. So good stuff. All right. I'll run through a couple other protocols. Oh yeah, bro. Helios is ripping right now, 29%. Yeah, so shout out to Helios. It's actually it's very similar to TitanX. The big thing they have is a benevolent staking whale in TitanX, and then they also have a DAO where they do investment um allocation. So they just like build projects and they add it back into the project. So the best way to think of Helios, it's kind of like the TitanX version of a ETF. That's how I like to think about it. But
Ah,
yeah,
that's
so
such a good way to put it. But who else has verbalized that? The Titan X version of an ETF, everyone.
I love it. I love it. And they also have this Janus protocol where you can burn Helios and go and have Janus on Pulse Chain. So the main thing I want to say, just checking out Helios right now. The miner ROI right now is 61%. So if you were to start a Helios miner max length 250 days, you get a 61% ROI. So you're going to get more of your spending power in the TitanX ecosystem. So you're going to get more TitanX because it's a leverage play on top of TitanX. On top of that, I believe Helios is also going to be getting a 200K payout during the day 369 staking pool. You know, remember the Dragon X staking pool thing?
Yup.
So they're actually going to get a $200,000 payout, and I believe that's going to be used to go into burn Helios. So this project has a beautiful future. Shout out to the dude, really great guy. He reminds me of Shaggy from Scooby Doo. So he's a good dude. So I remember, dude. I remember he came on live stream, dude, and literally and figuratively. And I think he had like flip flops, like Shaggy. He like showed him on camera. I was like, bro, no way. I
Oh,
guarantee you. I bet you the dude's a surfer. Like he has to be a surfer
dude,
or a
are you a
skateboarder.
surfer? Tell us in the comments below if you're a surfer, the
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Are
And
you a surfer? Go
yeah,
ahead.
are you surfer, bro? And by the way, the dude, I truly love the branding on Helios.
Yeah.
As you can see, we like that orange and black kind of sentiment. But man, I like the website. It's clean. The GUI is nice. So good work on all of that, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So guys, shout out, check out Helios. We'll do another live stream breaking down, but we gotta keep it moving because we gotta talk about charts later. So I don't want to take too much time and turn this into a 3-hour live stream. All right, all right. So Dragon X, everybody's going crazy about Dragon X right now. So if you guys have been checking out our live stream, we did talk about Dragon X in the past, and we actually told you what the Dragon X bottom was. I know it's a question mark bottom, but we were actually spot on the bottom right here, which is crazy. So, and if I recall, when this happened, a bunch of Dragon X got burned off the market. I think it was like 5 or 15%. Because randomly one day Eric just puts out a tweet. And he was like, "All right, we're gonna burn 1% of the supply every 15 minutes." I was like, "What?" Boom, 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 and it just found a price floor. So here's what's going on with Dragon X. Eric, he's a great founder, really good dude, really smart. He went on live stream with Mike Dean. They talked about the protocol. It blew up, and people absolutely loved it. And basically, that just created a massive hype train for Dragoness coming in. So from when it started to rise, it went up about a 10x, a clean 10x. Now, if you guys want to be really ambitious with the price, if you go right here to here and you got in at that bottom, you got 100x. So, so there you go. So 100x is in the in the TitanX ecosystem happening left and right, man. I mean, these altcoins, I'm telling you, dude, these altcoins, they got stuff. Like pick one, understand it, and then make a plan. You don't have to know every single one of them. So just pick your favorites. We're not going to say which ones are favorites because we like all of them and we support all of them, and we don't want to upset anybody because I understand. And when you create a project, it's your baby, and we don't want to disrespect your baby. Hopefully that made sense. Sound kind of weird,
No, no,
but
it definitely makes sense, bro. You're cooking right now. My boy's over here on fire, bro. He ate and left no crumbs, boys.
yes, sir. So here's what I gotta say about Dragon X. There's it's basically hyper deflationary, and the big day for Dragon X is going to be right here. It's going to be like October 31st is when that day 369 payout's going to come, or November 1st. I think it's November 1st. Let's say I'll just put the second. It's going to be somewhere right around November 1st to the second, because it's 369, 28th plus 4 is 2. So I believe, yeah, first is second. So when that payout comes on this day right here, that's going to be that's in about 81 days. So in 81 days, when day 369 happens, a lot of Ethereum, I believe it's about $2 million, could be a lot more, is going to go and burn Dragon X like it's candy on this day. It's going to go from Ethereum to TitanX. It's buying TitanX, and then it's going to swap into Dragon X, and it's going to burn Dragon X. And what's the crazy about Dragon X? What do we know about Dragon X, Trey?
What do we know about Dragon X? What did it burn?
This there is no inflation. It is a capped supply. So
I was
you
never
got
going to get that answer right, but thank you for asking.
I know. I was just trying to be a showman. But the point I'm trying to get across is if you got a finite supply of tokens and you got a bunch of Ethereum running through buying TitanX, so the value, economic energy goes in TitanX. That's the key to understanding this. Half of it's going to go into the staking pool and stake more and get more Ethereum. The other half is going to go in and buy and burn Dragon X. What do you think is going to happen to the price?
Well, that's going to make the price go up because it's going to make scarcity happen.
Bro, we're going to Narnia with the Lion, the Witch, and the wardrobe. That's where we're going. We're going to Narnia. We're going to Disneyland. So the point I'm trying to get across is this is great protocol. I love the protocol. It's a great store of value. We personally have a bag in this, and I think it's going to be a really great altcoin to get into. So overall, I can see why the price is ambitious, and from here on out, we're gonna have a beautiful buy and burn. So yeah, man, I like Dragon X. All right, let's do one more, and then we gotta keep it moving.
Okay, that's the one. That's what they want. That's what the people want.
Which one?
Inferno. I want to look at Inferno.
All right, we'll take a look at Inferno. All right, hold on, let me get some water.
Give the people what they want, man. He's a showman. He's gonna give you what you want. The greatest showman on earth.
Yeah, bro. I went to the gym today before this, so I'm feeling good, baby. I got my Under Armour shirt in. You know what I'm saying? I got the beard. Like I've been growing this beard out for like 2 months, bro. And nobody recognizes me at the gym. It's sick, dude. So I could go and do some lift.
I'm gonna
What's
tell
up?
you this right now, dude. I have been so many people have been seeing our channel lately and been seeing clips and like I've had friends seeing you and they're like, dude, who is this guy and how do you get such a clean beard? So I'm done going off topic, but like literally so many people are like, dude, that guy has the best beard. And I'm like sitting over here, I'm like, okay, it's time to grow the beard back out.
Bro, your beard was sick too, dude. Like when we first started this, bro, like, dude, you're out there looking like Gandalf, but bro, your thing was like thick, dude. So I'm just saying, but
Yeah, it looks good, my guy. But you know what? Continue on to the Inferno Blaze.
yeah. Hey, comment down below. Do you think Trey should bring back the beard? Put a beard in the chat. Put beard on.
Yeah,
The beard
yeah.
stays on. Man, we gotta make that meme coin. The beard stays on.
Beards, fear the beards, baby. That might be our first meme token on Pump Fun. Not financial advice, and that's just a joke.
Bro, we got on Pump Fun. It'd be so bad. Oh my god, we would lose so much money. All right. Back to it. So I'm gonna bring up shout out to Ali Kane. He's our favorite European developer over at the Blaze team. He sent over the buy and burn schedule, and to be honest with you guys, I've been trying to keep up, but there's so much stuff going on in this ecosystem. I haven't been able to research as much. So basically, what they're doing is they have a mint phase with Inferno, where you send your TitanX and you can mint out Inferno tokens. And from my understanding, every week, a certain amount of TitanX is going to be designated to burn the Inferno token. And what he said is the burn schedule is you basically have 4% on Monday, 4% on Tuesday, 4% on Wednesday, 10% on Thursday, 15% on Friday, and then 15% on Saturday. The remaining 44% rolls over to the next week, and the process starts again. So basically, they have these burn schedules on the Inferno, and then they roll it over. Now, the mid phase gets smaller and smaller over time. From my understanding, I believe it decreases 5% every single phase. And let me double check that because I believe it's I know it decreases. I just want to make sure the interval is right.
It really seems like all the TitanX protocols really reward those that like to get in early. Man, what a concept, bro. That is just like true DeFi.
Yeah. Let me double check to make sure if it reduces 5%. I'm so sorry, I just cannot remember.
I think this is the first time we talked about this on stream. So you got it, bro. Take your time.
Okay, so this week, one time X will meant to use 0.9. So yeah, this is week 3. Yeah, so about 5%. And so I believe it's after 8 weeks they cut off the amount of Inferno tokens that can be created. So the idea is this is a meme coin that has a buy and burn, and they're basically doing this rollout process where the Inferno token is being burnt, and then you have a mint phase, and I believe the mint phase is it's on the weekend. So overall, man, I love this token. I love the 90% burn concept. It's a new approach. And the other thing I really like about Blaze Labs is all those guys are awesome. What they're trying to do is all they're going to do is be building protocols on top of TitanX. So they got Blaze, they got Inferno, and then they're gonna have more protocols. I might even hit them up and tell them my ideas, and then just be like, "Hey guys, you guys should just create this and see what they can cook." Really smart guys, and they're just like a Web3 company exclusive to TitanX. What a concept! So here's what I'm looking at. That's funny. So based on this chart right now, they had a little bit of a drop. I believe this was when there was a claim right here from the 11th all the way down. Yeah, so they had a little bit of a oh, that's on the 1 hour. Okay. No wonder that looks so weird. I thought I was tripping, dude, for 1 second. All right. So basically on the chart, we came up, the buy burn came in. We have a little bit of correction. I believe they had a claim on the 10th or the 11th. Yeah, I believe it was on the 10th. A little bit of a drop, and then the buy and burn kicks in. So here's my overall thoughts. Inferno sooner or later is going to get to a point where no more tokens are being minted, and a massive amount of the supply is going to get burned off the table. So you're only going to see about right around 10% ish of the supply. I firmly believe that with this delay gratification, the timing of this, we're going to be in the hiding phase of the bull market. So with this buy and burn and this meme ability, I personally think this thing could potentially go viral. And I really love the development team. And I think overall it's going to be a great play. And on the numerology side, if I look at this, they launched on close to the 28th. Okay. Well, yeah. So let's just do a quick price chart analysis. We've got a magnet here. We got a magnet here. And then what I'm seeing. So right here, this just looks like a massive bull flag forming right here. So we got a bull flag coming out on the 4 hourly. So what's probably most likely going to happen is we might see something like this and then like a breakout. So I'd pay attention to this bull flag, and then when we break out, the target that you can expect for this project protocol on our next leg up, it's probably going to be 6 zeros and an 8. So yeah, man, this chart extremely bullish. I think this is going to be a great meme coin, and it's paired up with TitanX and also has an LP with Blaze. So anything else on that, man?
I mean, if I didn't even know this was a TitanX token, I would be interested in whatever meme token this was just by looking at the chart. So this chart's looking dirty, bro. Like it's it's looking scary. And if what what Trey says is correct, we might be in for some crazy parabolic runs. Inferno is a staircase TA chart. Every burn, we get a new step up. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like I said, doing a TA with a buy and burn is hard. So if we're gonna start the next step up, I mean, probably the best way to really do this is bring this down to. Yeah, here you go. All right. So this is the best way to really predict this. So we have a top right here, I would say. So it came in, came down, boom, touched right here. And then when we started the next run, we came up to the top of this red. So we come up here. Chances are another good target will probably be right here. So
Cool.
yeah, that's why I think. So yeah, man, it looks pretty good. I like Inferno. Shout out to them and all that good stuff. So yeah, man. So overall, man, love TitanX. I think there's a lot of things to be bullish about. I love the community and I love the ecosystem. Any other thoughts on TitanX?
And I think today has just been this week has just been filled with TitanX. There are streams all over the place. There was some spaces about this stuff. I mean, dude, this information is out there right now, and we got green candles going everywhere. This is the type of stuff you really like to be here for. I love this, man. I love this, man, and love to see all the hard work, patience, and diamond handedness paying off.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to say about the live stream with Jake, and I definitely need to say this, and then we'll move over to price charts, and I'll skip a couple of the other stuff we were gonna do today. But a lot of project developer teams are trying to hit us up and talk about projects all day in the TitanX ecosystem. And the reason why we didn't get into this stuff is because we were doing meme coins. Like me and Trey were doing meme coin research, and we were following trends in other ecosystems. So we did this format on the live stream so that we can talk about what we see in the market, talk about different layer twos, and then also talk about other projects. And this is the thing that works for us, doing it twice a week with our schedule. So I think overall with that live stream that me and Trey set up with Jake was because we wanted to get this thing kicked off. We love TitanX. We love the community development. We wanted to get the community excited, and we wanted to get you guys rocking and rolling. Get on X, market, talk about TitanX. If you want to start a live stream, you want to be a YouTuber or whatever, and you want to talk about this, like shout out to the Mo. Like the Mo started his YouTube channel and started talking about it. That's the way to do this, because I guarantee you when we have 100 or 200 TitanX streamers, this thing's going to go viral. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And I'm definitely really excited. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no one's gonna pay for crypto marketing, guys. As somebody that's been embedded in this space deeply now for several years, guys, this is it's a lonely place to be, but it's a very, very rewarding place to be. And all it requires is that you show up every day, like I said earlier. So, that's why Chris and I are trying to inspire other people to get out there and stream and get started up and do it, because you will have things happen to you that you did not expect and that were way off of your radar. So it's definitely worth it to try to get into this space. But it is hard work. And so just know that it's rewarding and it pays off in the end. Definitely worth it. So we need these guys out there, and nobody's going to pump these bags for us. We got to make people aware. We've got to create that education. We have to fill in that gap. We can't just sit around and hope that everybody does things for us and analyzes everything for us. So we're going to continue to play our part and continue to grow this thing to the moon, baby.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, that's good stuff. But now we're getting into price charts, and we're going to talk about how the market maker does its thing, because I think I figured it out. But before we get into that, guys, we got 126 of you guys in here. So
Yeah.
hit that like button, retweet this live stream on X, share with everybody. We want to spread the word. We talk about all the good stuff that you guys like, and we continue to give you awesome information to make your experience in cryptocurrency fun, enjoyable, and not stressful like some of these soy boys on X. So you know what I'm saying. Now, let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin and some things to look at, because originally when we were trying to do the price analysis, we were just like, okay, here's a trading pattern, here's a magnet, here's this, and here's that. But the one thing that we weren't looking at is the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Now, the reason why I want to bring up the Bitcoin liquidation heat map is because it talks about shorting and longing the market. And the reason why shorting and longing is extremely important is because most traders do this because you can make much more money this way rather than just holding the coin outright. And if you guys don't know what shorting and longing is, I'll keep it very simple. When you short the market, you are placing a bet on an exchange that you're saying that the price of a token is going to go down by a certain date. When you long the market, you're placing a bet on an exchange saying that the price is going to go up by a certain date. Does that make sense?
Oh, that was beautiful, brother. Thank you. Continue.
All right. So these are bets. You're technically not holding spot. If you want to get technical about it, I'll let you guys Google it. We're keeping this watered down. So you put up a small amount of money, and it's called basically your leverage and your leverage position. And you have to have like a small amount of money there to cover in case your short gets liquidated. It's called liquidations, hence liquidation map. So when you get liquidated, you lose all your money, and that's how it affects the price. So the reason why this entire market is so manipulated is because we got a lot of leverage and leverage trading. Now there's this cool map. It's called the liquidation heat map. And let me know if you can you see this all right?
And it looks good.
Okay, cool. So let me come over here. Let's see. This let me. Okay. Why is this not playing? Okay. So if you guys just look at these bands right here, let's do 6 months. Hold on. I don't know why this is lagging. It's glitching in the matrix. All right. So basically, if you guys just take a look at these bands right here, we had 70K way up here, and you see these really dark colors. These little dark colors are all the bets they're placing on the market. These are called your these are called your leverage bets. So all these little green are shorts. So basically, someone came here at the top, right here, here, and here, and they say, "Hey, we think the price is going to go down." So they placed a leverage trade, betting that the price is going to go down. And so if the price were to come up to this level, you're going to get liquidated, and you're going to lose all your money. That's the game that's being played. Now, the reason why we had this massive drop down was because we had a massive amount of longs down here right around 48 and 50K. So the price came down, liquidated all those longs, and now we had a reintroduction of longs right when the price came back up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Came up.
I hope that hit some of y'all the way it hit me just now, bro. Look at how manipulated this market is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when when I found this, I was just like, all right, I know how to play this market to a T now. Now,
Bro.
because check this out. Because no, check this out though. If we do magnets, the best way to do a magnet now is look at how much the liquidation level and then draw that line out, because once it hits that line, it's gonna like fluctuate like this. So think about it this way. When we get up to about 70K right here, or what's that, 60, 70K right here, you're going to see a lot of crazy price action right there. So the market maker right now is targeting 70K because there's a lot of puts right
It's
here.
trying to go liquidate all of those positions, bro. It's just following the market makers, just following the narratives, the news narratives.
Yeah,
They
this
just
is
interject the news narrative, and then the market maker follows the money.
yeah, I kid you not, dude. This is the market maker playing its game. And so now we got the map on how to nail the rest of this bull market. So if you guys keep following us, we'll talk about this more. So here's what I'm seeing. We came back down and we basically had a massive ritual. I'll call it a liquidation ritual, and the market maker did its thing. Now it's coming up and it's trading sideways, and you can obviously tell if you want to make a case it's head and shoulders or cup and handle, yada yada. Chances are what it wants to do now is go up and when it wants to hit that 70K, and then it's going to want to hit that 72K. And I would not be surprised by when it goes up that way. If there's a bunch of longs down here, it might come up and touch this and then come way back down and touch that. The goal is to get people uninterested in the market and shake you out. This is what this market maker is doing. And when I go over to the price chart, it'll make a lot more sense. Now, let me just dip over this price chart real quick. I know we're kind of doing two things at once, but the point I'm trying to get across is you see how this is a bull flag, and then we just look at this price chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
It comes up, liquidations down, touches here, liquidations up, liquidations down, liquidations up, liquidations, and it's just going just like this up and down. So just based off of this liquidation map, what I'm thinking, our main target could potentially come up here to 70K, hit, and then bounce back down to this flag, come back down, and can keep faking you guys out and just keep going like that until we start to make our next move to the upside. That's how this market's being played. And shout out to Goo God. I don't know if he's in the chat, but Goo God, he's the one who showed me this liquidation map, and that's when things just click. It just all makes sense. So that's the main thing I want to put in you guys' ear. So if you guys ever want to see how this market could play out, check this liquidation map and then use that as another indicator to how to look at the price chart. So any last thoughts or comments on this?
Yeah, I just had one. Hang on, let me think. Let me think just a second. What I was just thinking. Oh my goodness, bro. That's a lot. Dang. I forgot. I lost my train of thought, but if I think of it again, I'll tell you.
All right, just just interrupt me and tell me what it is if you remember it.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. So we got a massive flag just forming out right here, coming up and down, coming up and
Oh, I
down.
remember. I remember. I'm sorry.
All right, go
All I
ahead.
was gonna say is, it seems now, and this is kind of an important point. It seems like with just having this understanding, you really need to put more patience in your back pocket, because it seems as if the powers that be, who are really, dealing with this market maker, uh, can make this cycle last as long as they want it to.
Yeah, yeah, they're just playing a sick game. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They're playing a sick game to shake you out and get you uninterested in crypto. That's all it is. So
Sorry, that's all my bad.
no, you don't apologize. We good. All right. So with that information, we're gonna see a lot of liquidations at about 70K. So I'm gonna draw this line across because this is gonna be a key liquidation level right here. Right here. And then we're gonna make this yellow. So yellow and oh wow, actually that coincides very closely with I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit. Where's that? Like 69K. Yeah, we'll say about 69K. And the reason why I want to say that is because that's the original Bitcoin all-time high. So this level right here, if we come up and touch it, we're gonna get a bunch of liquidations. And then let's look at all these other ones. So we got right around 69 to 70K. That's gonna be a big price level. And the next one is obviously just gonna be 72K. So right up here. And we can just put this line right about here. Come on, man. We can just put this line about just right about here. Just right across here. So this is what we're looking at right now. Those are two levels on the bullish upside. So how do I see this playing on the daily? So what the daily is showing me right now is this cup and handle. If we were to break out this cup and handle, that's going to put us very close to one of these liquidation levels. So that's what the chart is showing you. That is what the market maker wants you to know. Do I think it's going to happen? Not necessarily, because typically when they show you the most obvious thing, it doesn't usually happen that way. So I think the main point I'm trying to say is your bullish scenario. We come up here and we do something where we touch right around 68 to 70K, and then we come back down and then start testing the bottom side. The bearish scenario, I would not be surprised if we come down here and test this local low and do something where we come down very close to it and then dip back up. So I think ultimately your two price targets to just take a look at for this week and next week. We come up here, touch 68, 69K, or we come back up here down below, and we won't go down to about 49, 50K. We could come down and touch like the 51K in this bull flag range. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right,
Easy
cool.
enough.
And then I don't know if I told you about price targets, but if we break out this bull flag, we'll probably come up and get into that 90K price target that we talked about earlier for our first price target number one. So that's what to expect if we break out of that. All right. So let's look at the weekly. So weekly's looking interesting. Wow, look at that. If I recall,
Three
what
white
is
soldiers.
well, yeah, we got the three white soldiers, but this candle, hold on.
You talked about it needed to be a doji.
Yeah, it's a doji, but hold on. I got on my little cheat sheet here. This candle is called a spinning top, right? Is that what it was called? Spinning top. Hold on. Yeah, spinning top. All right. So if you have a green spinning top on the weekly, that's actually bullish right here. So what that's telling me is that there is a potential price reversal happening on the weekly, and what we could potentially see with this candle is if it closes out green, there might be a reversal and we might come up and actually test out on that 68 to 69K. So on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin's extremely bullish. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Now, keep in mind, a red spinning top is bearish. So if it's a spinning top, you see these whiskers right here, or you can call them well, they're not technically dragonflies. Dragonflies is a little bit different, but when it's red, that is bearish. But if it's a spinning top green, that is bullish. So it's actually looking pretty good. Now let's take a look at the monthly because we're halfway through the monthly. So what do we see in the monthly? We came down, touched the bottom right here, and now it seems like we're just trading sideways. So what I would love to see on the monthly is if we can come back up here, get into the green, because this is also a spinning top on the monthly, which indicates a bullish reversal. Then we'll probably come up here and touch that 68, 69K time frame. So overall, man, it's actually looking good, man. We're just trading in between a flag. You see what I'm saying?
Cool. So the monthly is saying that we might be able to break out of the flag.
Yeah. So the monthly and weekly, actually, the monthly, the weekly, and the daily looks extremely bullish because we got a cup and handle. We got a spinning top on the previous weekly, and then we also got a spinning top on the previous monthly. So what that tells me is we're going to see some bullish price action. But also keep in mind, we got that liquidation line right at 69.70K. So what I think we'll do is we'll come up, touch it, and then come back down to screw with you guys.
Yeah, I definitely think that too, man. I don't think it's time yet. I don't think it's time for this thing to just start freaking sending, man. And so I
Yeah,
guess that's probably going to lead us into what? Bitcoin dominance?
yeah. And I remember when Guga was showing me this before this happened, he's like, dude, there's a bunch of liquidations at like 54K. And I was just like, that's a good point. And then it came all the way down, touched it. And then I was like, all right, Guga, you're right. You're right about this. So
Well, shout out to
Bitcoin dominance. My favorite chart. Look at this, baby. Look at this. Look at that. So
yeah. Give us the chance to have a freaking altcoin season.
yeah, baby. So if you guys don't know about Bitcoin dominance, there's something called the 100 monthly moving average. Our theory is if Bitcoin dominance touches the 100 monthly moving average, it is go time, baby. How do we know? And I'll prove it to you guys right now because I know we got a bunch of new viewers. The reason why we know is if we look at the past 400 weekly moving average, 300 weekly moving average. What happened in the last market is Bitcoin DOMs came up, touched it, broke past it, I believe about almost 2%, 1.5%, and then broke down. And right when it touched it, boom, a massive breakdown. Shiba Inu started pumping, and then we got to the Bitcoin bottom. So when we see a breakdown on Bitcoin dominance, price of this goes up, and then we see basically just come down, boom, boom, and then boop. That's when you're going to see TitanX explode. That's when you're going to see Pulsion explode. That's when you're going to see your dog coins, frog coins, your pumped off fun coins explode. This is what we're looking for. We want that breakdown. We want altcoin season. So
that's when we're launching Fear the Beard, baby.
What's up?
That's when we're gonna launch Fear the Beard.
Fear the Beard. Oh man, that'll be the day. So the point I'm trying to get across is we're coming up here, and when we touch this line, it's go time. So when do we expect altcoin season? That's probably you guys' next question, right? So right now, what this is looking like is it's trading in between this rising wedge. And so when you have a rising wedge like this, it means you're gonna have a bearish reversal. So it comes up, and then once it breaks down, it goes down. Now, if you have a falling wedge, it's a bullish reversal, typically. So based off of this line is looking like it's either gonna touch late September, early October. That's what we're looking at right now. That is when this right here is going to intersect late September, early October. And what's probably going to happen, I want to make this scenario clear so you guys understand. When we get that monthly candle coming up and you get a massive wick come up, I guarantee you're going to see a beautiful wick come up, and it's going to go as high as maybe 60%, maybe a little bit less than 60%. It's going to be that crazy wick up. And then as you see that wick go up, and a couple days pass by, it's going to break down all the way down. And that's when you're going to start to see these big, beautiful red candles come in and then boom, drop in altcoin season. So that is the number one indicator I am looking for the start of altcoin season. And then for the ending of altcoin season, I am looking at tether dominance. Tether dominance will tell you, well, we'll get to it, but tether dominance will tell you when it's rising, that's when people are taking profit and it's time to leave the market. So cool, man. Any thoughts on this?
That's like you took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say, I bet you that leads us into tether dominance, but here we go.
Yes, sir. So
Superimposed.
yeah, so well, before you get into tether dominance, we talked about the start of altcoin season, Now we got to talk about the projection of altcoin season. So I want to talk about what to expect on the total market cap. So we'll start with the total market cap of crypto. Now, the one thing I want to get across to you guys is I really want to break down how much money is going to be in this market. And the best way to do this is to just look at the entire market cap. So last market, we got up to almost 3 trillion for the total market cap of crypto. There's $3 trillion in this industry, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and all your favorite Shiba Inu, Dog with How was now by then, right? So when it comes to projection about where this market could go, I want to put this out here. If we look at the previous all-time high, what this shows me is based off the my gosh, bro, Fourier transfer, the Fibonacci tool. I don't know why I was saying Fourier transfer. That's like a math thing. The Fibonacci tool. I'm sorry, I can't talk, guys. Based off the Fibonacci tool, we came up and we got to the 4.236 zone. That was the first explosion. Now let's break down and see if we can see the last altcoin season. Nah. So that's all we have to work off with. So if I'm going to look for how high this market cap can go, I'm probably going to be targeting somewhere right around the 3.618 and between the 4.236, especially for this type of market. So if we extend this out and we go to that same level, that means that crypto this year can have a total market cap of anywhere between 11 and 10, 12 trillion dollars. 11 and 12 trillion dollars coming into this market. This could potentially be the end all be all market just for this cycle. 11 to 12 trillion dollars. Just think about that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of freaking money.
It just sounds like a contribution to the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of the world, bro.
Bro, that's more money than that. That's probably almost as much money as the Saudi Arabians and their oil fund that nobody knows about. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. YouTube, don't ban us. But you guys get the point. So why are we talking about this? You're probably asking yourself, all right, Chris, I get the point. Why are you talking about this? There's going to be money coming into this market. TitanX is going to get a share. Pulsion is going to get a share. What's a meme coin we have? Scrolly's going to get a share. Andy on Blast is going to get a share. These coins are going to do extremely well. There's just no liquidity in the market, and that's the point I'm trying to get across. And we're starting to see a slow injection of liquidity into the market, and by the time it starts to hit, it is going to pop off. So just based on the total market cap right now, for this next leg up, we're seeing a massive cup and we're seeing a little bit of a handle form right here. So a great target that we can look for the first level up in total market cap is going to be right around that $5 trillion move when we finally break out of this crazy pattern.
That's that. Oh, man.
Well,
Dude, people are going to be going bonkers, bro. It's going to be like DeFi winter or something.
yeah, exactly.
Not DeFi summer. I mean, it's going to be like crazier than 2020 summer by like obviously already right there, just like a 2x. Like, holy crap, it's unfathomable, really.
Yeah. So this is gonna be your first. This is gonna be first target for the entire cap market, total market cap, right? First price target, and I'm not gonna put in the other ones, but just right here. So we're gonna come up, boom, and then hit right here. When this happens, you're gonna see the craziest meme coin of all time, meme coin run of all time. Meme coins are gonna pop. DApps are gonna do well. Everybody's gonna be so crazy bullish. It's gonna be like a bunch of. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to get us banned. We're this close to getting banned on this thing, but the point I'm trying to get across is you're gonna really feel it when it hits right there. You're gonna be super duper excited, going crazy. You're gonna be like, I don't know what I was talking about being bearish. So don't worry about it. So overall, man, I think this is gonna be the end all be all market. Now the next thing, total crypto market cap excluding top 10. I just did the same exact scenario for you guys to plot out what's going on. These are the coins. If you're watching this YouTube channel or this live stream right now, your favorite coin is probably included in this market cap. This is the DJ market cap. This is the Misfits market cap. This is for the people that want to risk it for the biscuit. The crazy guys like us. If you're on Pulse Chain, TitanX, any of these tokens, it's going to be in this one, and that's why we're paying attention to it. And so from that alone, out of that $11 to $12 million market share, we can expect $2 trillion allocated to your meme coins and to all your projects. That means you're going to have multiple meme coins that hit billions, multiple small cap layer ones that hit hundreds of billions, multiple decentralized finance projects like TitanX that could hit billions as well. It's going to come from this market cap, and this thing's going to go up to about 2.2 trillion. That's the amount that we're looking at. So right now, just looking at this, I did see something very interesting with this price chart. We didn't actually have a clear breakout on this yet. And what I mean by clear breakout, we haven't even hit the all-time high for other altcoins in the market, which tells me we haven't even hit an altcoin season. You know what I'm saying? So when we came up here and we started rising, and you guys saw meme coins rip, you saw dog with hat rip. That was just a taste, and then we dipped down, and we dipped down hardcore to 150 billion. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Jack
where
me?
everybody, yeah, where everybody thinks everything's down in the dirt right now, and market caps are insanely low, down 90%.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying this is we haven't even broke out to the all-time high. Bitcoin's at in price discovery. Binance Smart Chain's in price discovery. Was it total market cap? This one, yeah, this one didn't even get into price discovery. So with the stuff that you guys are playing with right now, we haven't even gotten to like the top previous all-time high. So in my opinion, how this is probably going to play out, we had a prediction on the Head and Shoulders that did not come out. I don't know if we talked about this on live stream, but if this is the bottom of the structure right here. So if this is a bottom right here, it'll be great if we come up here and just do something like this. Come up, boom, and then trade, bounce down, and then come up here, boom, boom, trade down, and then boom, come up here. Well, actually, we'll probably have to come down here, test here, come up here, test all-time highs, and that's when we're going to be crazy in altcoin season. So, cool. Any thoughts on that, man?
No, man. Nice work on that. I love that analysis. And hey, we got 155 of y'all in here right now. 155. I'm gonna let you know our this is an uptick for us. So I need you to smash that like button. I don't have a video on here recently, probably besides the Jake stream with more than 155 likes. In the last 5 streams, Chris and I have had over 150 people in here. So smash that like button, please. Subscribe, like. It's so easy. It's so easy. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Let's talk about tether dominance, and then let's talk about our meme coins. So, what we're starting to see with tether dominance, this is a massive bear flag coming across. So, what's probably going to happen So as of right now, it's a bear flag. This could be a rising wedge, similar to the Bitcoin chart. So what's probably going to happen is going to come up, boom, touch, 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 and we're going to start to see more and more tether hit the market. But sooner or later, we're going to hit a critical point, and this thing's going to break down somewhere right around, I would say, 2 to 3%. When we hit that, that's when we're going to be in full altcoin season, because what that means is people are converting their tether into altcoins and they're gambling. That's how we know this thing's going to go bananas. And so when dominance goes down, right, breaks down here, and then it's going to come up just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, and then we get to that previous low over there, and then boop, that's when it's going to be in the market. So we're going to see this massive breakdown and then come back up. Let me make that actually look a little bit more realistic. So down here, boom, 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 boom. Come back up here, boom, 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 boom. Come back up here, boom, 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 boom. Come back up here, boom, 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 boom. And then by the time we get back up here, we'll probably be out of the market. So the reason why I'm saying this is, tether dominance is another indicator that you can look at. And it's clear that right now what people are doing is they're accumulating more altcoins and they're getting ready to deploy because they are waiting for altcoin season. And we basically are just front running them right now. So right now, what I'm seeing on the chart, trading in and out here. I wonder if we have any averages, moving trading averages across this. Huh. So it seems like, nah, can't really use any of these. None of these are going to be really that useful. So we did have an inverse cup and handle right here. We broke out of that and we broke down. So that didn't come to fruition. So yeah. Yeah, man. So overall, what we'll probably have to do is come down here, test out here, touch, do another touch, then come back up, touch, and then hopefully get a breakdown. Yeah, any thoughts on tether dominance?
I like it, man. That's good stuff. I think we're covered up on that.
Cool. All right. Well, let's just run through some coins real quick. I know we went on a crazy rant. Where we at? Oh man, an hour 12. Yeah, sorry, man. I know we were saying get in and get out, but we'll just pick a couple coins. So
That's how it is sometimes. How it is sometimes.
all right, second, let's take a look at Scrolly Oli Oli. I love Scrolly. And just so you guys know, we built the most awesomest meme coin portfolio of blue chip coins ever. So Scrolly, number one coin on the Scroll network. Right now, it broke down and touched previous all-time highs because of that market ritual. So we're sitting right here. We are no longer in that ascending triangle. So we're just trading at this magnet, and then we probably have a couple more magnets we need to come up and test. So based off of this, we came to the previous all-time high, and then anyone who bought right in here sucked that thing up, and now it's just slowly rising. So overall, that's bullish. The question is that the bottom? Because in my opinion, if that's the bottom, this is going to be a great buying opportunity, and seeing at about $1 million market cap. And man, when this thing went full send mode, we got up as high as, what was that, like close to 10 million market cap at one point before that breakdown. So daily looks good. Let's take a look at the weekly. So it came up, boom, 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 came up, boom, and now it's sitting right here. On the weekly, you can almost put a trend line coming up here. So we are somewhat holding a trend line, but it's a little too soon for that. So yeah, man, I want to see it come up here and touch 1814, trade a little bit sideways, maybe form a little bit of inverse head and shoulders, and then come up and hit the next level. So yeah, man, Scroll looks pretty bullish on the weekly, and then the monthly. Oh yeah, bro, the monthly looks beautiful. I think we already talked about this, but the monthly on Scrolly, that's probably one of the best looking charts. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah. And then we got a bullish engulfing. Basically, we need a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly is what we need for trend reversal.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So what I want to see on the weekly, good point. I completely forgot about that. All right, I want to see a doji. So this could be a doji, or if this closes higher at about 0.001289, that's a bullish trend reversal, and that means we're going to come back up. So basically, we just need to close a little bit higher then this past red candle and or just a doji, and we're ready to go. But if it's red and we close out on the low with the little red candle, there's a good chance we have to come back here, touch the all-time highs, and maybe touch as low as five zeros and a 368 right here. So
I think that is. I don't think we'll go that low.
yeah, I don't think we'll go that low, but it is within the realm of the possibility. But keep in mind, we're still in wave one of Scrolly. So I think wave three could get to the hundreds of millions. So yeah, man, love Scrolly. Shout out to the Scrolly crew. I had a lot of questions about Crash. So especially on Twitter. So Crash is a tribute coin to the one and only Crash Clay, one of the big OGs of Brett. This is the coin that we've been extremely bullish on. So we had a inverse head and shoulders on the, well, we'll say on the daily, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess it was more so on the 4 hourly, but inverse head and shoulders did not play out. We actually broke down because of the market news. So we'll get rid of that. Now, right now with Crash, we're just trying to find a bottom. We came all the way down. I believe there's also a magnet right here. So a magnet right here, we're trading sideways right at about 4 million. We could come down here and touch 0.00221. And now on the daily, that is a massive descending triangle. So it definitely is bearish. The question is on the daily, is this right here the bottom of Crash? Because right now I see a low, and with the daily close, if we can get a couple green candles or for this to trade sideways, we can get an indicator for a higher low. So that's what we're looking for. Now on the weekly is not looking so great. I'll be honest with you. So here's what I want to see on the weekly. So that's a red hammer right there. If it was a little bit higher, this could have been a Dragonfly Doji. And if it was a Dragonfly Doji, that could indicate a churn reversal. So for Crash on the weekly, what I want to see is if this can come up and create a Dragonfly Doji or a bullish engulfing candle and signify a clear bottom, Crash, the base coin, could absolutely make a move. So yeah, man. Overall, man, still bullish on Crash. I think it's a phenomenal narrative. I think it just got caught at the wrong time because the meme coin market got hit pretty bad when we started to see the news on the market. Any thoughts on Crash?
I mean, I agree, but I know that the developer is in the trenches, so I'm definitely going to keep diamond handing this one.
Yeah, I do agree. We'll see. It hasn't even been out for a month.
Look, man, it's just barely been around.
Yeah, so I would love for this closeout this month. This is green, bro. We're so back. So, and then Omi the Kami. I love this token because check this out. Like, no cap. So a whale sold right here. Right here, a whale sold. And then we got the news on, was it August 5th? Omi Kami was like unaffected, dude. Like, people were diamond handing this thing when the market was getting hit. So August 5th, we had the stock market crash, and then we recovered to basically where it started on August 5th. So Omi Kami is just holding this channel we drew out, which is awesome. So you can tell there's a lot of believers. It's just trading at this magnet about, was that 20 million? Yeah, 25 million. So it's trading at 25 million. And what I would love to see with Omi Kami is, come up here, test out 0.04, trade sideways a little bit, and then maybe form a inverse head and shoulders cup and handle, and then come up here and touch about 60 million, and then just keep W on out going up into the future. Now on the weekly, we have, oh bro, was it the spinning top, right? That was, I don't know why I can never remember the spinning top candle. All right. I think I'm brain damaged from surfing. But we got the spinning top candle right here. That indicates a bullish reversal. So what I want to see on this red candle is we can close out a little bit higher so we get momentum. If this is a doji on a spinning top, it might be bearish, but overall weekly looks good. And then the monthly, which we're halfway through the month, so we'll have to see where it closes out. So yeah, man. So Omikami, still a favorite. All the meme coins we talked about in past live streams, we're still bullish on. Is there any other ones you want to look at, or
Let's see. Let's do this. Hey yo, Ben, he's always up in here, and he's always trying to get that alpha. So can you just talk about Baby Dragon X for a minute?
okay, who is it?
This is Ayo Ben. This guy's always asking questions in here, so we appreciate that. Sorry that we cannot always get to all of the questions, but yeah, maybe a little Baby Dragon X to finish off the TitanX meme coin stream, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, we're gonna be doing our live streams. We'll do at the beginning of TitanX is doing its thing, man. We'll continue to do live streams on it and talk about it. It's just easier if we do these bi-weekly live streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
All right,
good.
Baby Dragon X. So this is an interesting chart. It looks pretty good, just price wise.
You're on the 15-minute, I think. You know that, right?
Yeah. So price wise, why's the am I missing something? This looks okay. So yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. So price wise, looking pretty good. It's a 13x. Now let's take a look at Dragon X. Okay, so this is Baby Dragon X versus Dragon X. So this is priced in terms of Dragon X. So what happened was July 23rd. I believe that's when a bunch of Dragon X was burnt, came down, boom, 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 trade sideways, and then bottom out on August 6th. And then if you bought anytime between the 27th to the 8th, your Dragon X position will be up about a 2x. So here's what I'm looking at with Baby Dragon X. Now, the reason why you're seeing these crazy wicks and how it's like trading sideways versus Dragon X has a lot to do with the liquidity right here. This is a very thick liquidity. This is like almost 50% liquid in the LP. Now, when it comes to liquidity, this is going to be a very complex topic, and not many people are going to really understand it. But the idea of liquidity is when you try to buy into a token, you want a certain percentage of the supply on the market on sale. And the goal is to make sure that if you swap between two tokens, you don't pay a massive slippage or tax on that transaction because you're going to get less money. So typically when we look at meme coins, we want somewhere with the liquidity being between 5% to 10%, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now we have a low liquidity and you go in, you swap for something, the price of the token can go up very, very fast and very exponentially, very, very quickly, but also it makes it difficult to swap in and out because you have to pay that percentage. Now, if you have a high liquidity, you can easily swap in and out of the token without paying that fee. But the issue is, if you have so much in that liquidity pool, it's going to be very difficult for the price of that said token to break out from the other token that it's tied to. So what I'm basically saying is Baby Dragon X has a heavy price correlation to Dragon X. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if this liquidity percentage was somewhere between 5 to 10%, then that means when outside money comes in, it will really, really move the price. Now, what I do think about Baby Dragon X is it's going to be a really great place for store value for Dragon X because when you start to see these pumps, Baby Dragon X is going to be very closely correlated with Dragon X, and then people might come in and try to speculate. On top of that, I think it could be a great opportunity to create something similar like an Atropa ecosystem because you got a very thick liquidity between two tokens, and then you can take some of the tokens in the Baby Dragon X ecosystem and build out like a liquidity web. That'll be a very great way to alleviate the amount of liquidity up in that LP. Am I making sense here?
It just sounds like you gave someone inspiration to build protocol on top of Baby Dragon X to help with liquidity.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the point I'm trying to say is I like Baby Dragon X. I like James. He's a great developer. He's out of Singapore. He works a lot with Eric and the entire team, and they're always building on top of it. Like Eric has his own thing, Blaze has their own thing, and then James has their own thing, but and then Dude has his own thing, but they work together to build protocols. So it's like separate little sub teams working together on the same mission. And so yeah, so I think overall with Baby Dragon X, it's going to have to do with a lot of the innovation. And I don't know if they burn the liquidity, but if they could thin that liquidity just a little bit so that you can get better price differentiation between Baby Dragon X or Dragon X, then I think it would be really great for the protocol. But overall, what I think it's going to do is it's going to fall very closely to the price of Dragon X. Unless
Nice, man.
yeah, unless you get like a massive amount of buys all at once going in to really move the price, it's going to be highly correlated with Dragon X. That's just my honest opinion. So,
Bro, I just got to point this out. I don't know if anybody knows that Chris just did that whole segment off the dome, off cuff. What he just did was so difficult for so many just normal dudes. And I do want to say this right here because Chris always comes on here and he's like, "Oh, I'm not that smart." BS, bro. Look at this. All the way Inu. Chris,
oh God.
smart MFer. I totally agree with you all the way, Inu. We all have our role to play, and Chris, his role is that of the genius.
I appreciate it, man. I'm not that smart. Bro, I surf 10-foot waves in the free time in my free time, dude. That's like borderline narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? So, but I
So, man,
appreciate the love, man.
yeah,
And
good
like I said,
segment, man.
yeah, like I said, man, dude, you're a very good showman. You know how to get the crowd hype. A lot of people like you on the live stream now. They're like, hey, it's less boring because you're talking a monotone, and Trey is extremely entertaining, dude. So hey, man, give yourself a pat on the back, man, because I think we got a good hosting setup. We got a good audience. We got a good community. I think overall, man, this is gonna be the place to be when it comes to talking TitanX. Altcoins are just being absolute degenerates. So
I 100% agree, and I also think there's some other people in here who also agree. I think it was we got it right here. Hang on, boom with the bangers, Stray, the verse, the one-stop shop. I hope you
appreciate it.
all know when I me and Chris went to the drawing board to build this channel out. We knew from the get-go that we were going to be agnostic, multi-chain degenerates, and it has been the best ride. Love that we can bring in talk anything about anything on this channel. So yeah, man, good stuff.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, guys, I think that was a great live stream. Went a little bit longer, but hey, man, we talked about TitanX. We talked about all your favorite protocols, and we're still bullish, and we're still looking for meme coins. So the next leg up is going to be coming very soon. The market maker is playing its game, but at the end of the day, the worst thing you can do is give up and quit. Never, ever, ever under any circumstances, give up. Always keep fighting. Don't listen to all the haters and keep on the mission. So that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
It's either get rich or die trying or just die. So you got two options, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks
So
for
good
tuning
stuff,
in,
man.
guys.
Yes, sir. So see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, show all the love, and please share this live stream out on Twitter. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.